Because, you know, some of these bands, especially when they had the, you know, the reunions, if you want to call them, you know, I mean, a lot of these bands, I thought, did it just because they needed another paycheck, you know.
And well, it may be true on some of them, but...
right, but, I mean...
I've found that a lot of these bands do reunions. It's not necessarily for the paycheck, because there's really not a lot of money.
Because they don't want to fucking give up doing what they're doing.
Yeah, there's not a lot of money involved. So it depends on which bands you're talking about.
Right. You know, like some of these hair metal bands that really exploded back in the day.
I won't even discuss that.
I hear you on that.
Is it all over? Europe? Band?
No.
The band?
In between Adagio and Alone, there was quite a few years in between.
Oh, God, yeah.
And from what I understand, you guys actually broke up at one point. From what I understood,
never
broke up.
Kind of like a lineup change or something like that.
Well, there was life situations that happened. Each and every one of us went through an individual situation. There was never a breakup. There was never a town meeting.
There was just times where we just didn't do anything.
It happened.
Yeah.
6 months at a time.
All it was.
Yeah, it was like, you know, kind of life kind of got in the way.
Life got in the way, and then we had some lineup problems and changes, and that obviously got in the way. And you know, as it was, we took like about a 2-year break after Adagio because I had to do some other stuff. The other guys had things to do. And we knew it was going to be a good year or two before we reconvened and did another album. And so 2001...
And it was the plan to turn into 8 years.
It was the plan. And we started in 2001. We played the Vakken Fest. And after that, we're like, okay, after that, we'll come back and start writing. We wrote some music for about 6, 8 months, 10 months. Then Edgar quit. And I honestly didn't know if I wanted to continue on without him because his sound and his guitar playing is such a signature part of Solitude, in my opinion, that I knew it was going to change drastically without him. I always told myself that I didn't really want to continue without him, but...
Yeah, but we got Steve.
We got Steve, and Steve's an incredible guitar player, and Steve talked some sense into my head and said, man, you know, you started this band, write a lot of the music for it, what's going to change? I'm like, man, the only thing that's going to change is Edgar's not going to be here, and he's not going to put his style in there. I said, man, if you could fit in there and take over from where Edgar left off and make it sound as good as Edgar, and don't be too radical of a change, see what we can do. So Steve and I sat in his bedroom for about 6 months and rehearsed together, writing songs, playing together, rehearsing, and we got together as a team on guitar. And then that's when I thought to myself, at least, that this can work. And then we pursued that, went on for about another year, and then
It wasn't until about 2004 before I even came back.
Robert went through a period where he wasn't able to do much. He was going through some problems, and he had to take some time off. Robert he lived about
5 hours away.
Literally, he lived about, I don't know, 50 miles away, and it was really difficult to get in the rehearse. And then after all that, our drummer quit, so that was another blow. Then we dealt with a few temporary members for almost a year, and we were about to record an album, and we had to make a decision, and we decided that these members we had were not complimenting the songs at all.
So we changed again.
So we was like, at that point, we were like, we could be in the studio and record this, or we can change it and piss off everybody, including ourselves. We changed it because it had to be done. I'm so glad.
We decided to add the anger factor.
I can remember when the album Alone was first appeared, that you guys were going to release this, and you actually had a sample from...
it's like 2004.
Yeah, and it was Waiting for the Light.
Waiting for the Light,
How about that? That shows you where we were at. We were ready, you know, and within 3 years.
Yeah, and then after that time, it took like probably a year, I want to say, or two.
We had a temporary guy in the band that was a really cool dude, David Hedder, who played drums. He had a home studio, and we were able to demo the new tracks there with his help, and he was very helpful to us in that regard. He's the guy who played drums for us in the J.J. Kelly show.
Yeah, I remember.
He was a good guy. He just his heart and soul was not into playing drums in a metal band, and so and he seemed to get a little less interested as time went on, and his drumming skills showed it, unfortunately.
Because I noticed
it wasn't happening, you know. So I mean he's a good drummer overall. It just wasn't working for us. We needed
the essence of it. His heart wasn't into it.
His heart wasn't into it. And he was, you know, and he said it all the time to us. He's like, man, I'm having to replace Covington, dude. You guys don't understand. This guy was a monster. And I guess I didn't understand that Covington was a monster. I knew he was kick-ass and great, but a lot of people consider him to be just a truly great drummer. Even Nichols said that he had some big shoes to fill, which he's done. So, but anyway, yeah. So that was why it took forever. Yeah, we're coming.
Now, I noticed on the Waiting for the Light on the sample was different from the album version. Was that because of the lineup change, or?
Yeah, that we got a better produced product.
Well, we did that Waiting for the Light you heard.
Yes.
Was done in a bedroom.
Yeah.
Literally a bedroom.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it sounds that great. I'm not boasting, but it was done in a bedroom. Which is where he had his little rehearsal practice place.
Okay.
It was a bedroom, carpeted, some microphones up, and we just recorded the song. So it was a bedroom recording, basically.
Now, Rob, with you being in Solitude Aeturnus, I also heard through the vines that you're also in Candlemass.
Who?
Candlemass.
No, yeah. Actually, I've just recently taken over the vocals for Candlemass.
How did that happen?
I don't know. One day, my girlfriend was surfing the web, found out that Candlemass needed a new singer, called me, asked me if I wanted to do it. And I said, what the fuck do they want with me? And she goes, I'm going to write Leif anyway. I said, do whatever you want to do. And she called me back 30 minutes later. Leif responded and said, we'll take him.
Wow. That must have been something for you to be in a legendary band as far as being in Candlemass and also being in Solitude.
Well, it was an odd thing. I mean, I had mixed emotions. I mean, obviously, Solitude is my heart, and it's never going to change. But, you know, also at the same time, if it wasn't for Candlemass, I wouldn't even be doing what we're doing now. So, I mean, when I first met John back in the get-go, you know, one of the first things I got from these guys was, you need to go check out Nightfall.
Yeah.
Boom, I was right there. Next thing I got, 2 days later, Epicus.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're doing the Solitude thing, and I'm going, wow, this Candlemass band's really cute. Cute.
Make sure that goes on.
Cute, huh?
They were cute.
That's not a heavy metal thing.
Oh my fucking God. Give me another drink.